Alright boys, today we're going to be talking about the fastest way to end up finishing the Dog Days of Summer XP program, which just ended up coming out. Now, I am going to be coming in and out of college, so that's why you kind of see the weird setup going on now, but trust me, we will have a good setup in like a couple of weeks. But we're going to be talking about the fastest way to get this brand new XP program done and get all of this XP. So as of right now, and I'm recording this before the program drops, just so you guys get the XP method right when it comes out. So hopefully this will come out right around the release date whenever we end up getting the program, which should be around 2 p.m. Central Time today, which I'm really hoping is when it is and it doesn't get delayed. But we have a couple of bosses already talked about, and I'm sure you guys have already seen them right now, but one of the big bosses we ended up getting was the Cal Ripken Jr. boss. They ended up tweeting out on Twitter, and we ended up getting a Pedro Martinez boss, so I'm really excited to end up getting that Cy Young Pedro. As far as the henchmen, they look kind of good. I think I'll put them up on screen. They look decent. You got like guys like Keith Hernandez, who's okay, he's a Cardinal, so that's like the first time we've seen him as a Cardinal. Andrelton Simmons, which is cool for theme teams, Troy Percival, and a couple of other guys, but they're not absolutely just eye-dropping amazing cards. Who knows, maybe a couple of them will be good VR guys. But anyways, let's get into the video. Before we get into this, if you guys want to hit that like and sub button, I'd really appreciate it. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and let's get right into it. All right, boys, so first things first, it is the same XP method as it was a week ago. I am making a new video for it coming out, but if you already saw this video, it might be a little bit repetitive. But the reason why it's the same XP method is because it is just as good, and it's the best way to end up getting XP in the game. So it is going to be the fastest way to actually end up finishing the Dog Days of Summer program. So what you're going to be doing in this method is it's a road to the show method. The first thing that you're going to want to do is download a 0 overall roster where you will only be a 99 overall and everyone else will be a really small overall, 1 overall, 0 overall. They're really, really bad. That way it makes it a lot easier when you're playing road to the show. So to do this, you just press on create. You go to vault. If you've never seen some of my videos, you go to roster and you want to actually sort by ascending. That way you end up getting all of the most downloaded rosters, which end up having the rosters that you want. As you see right here, the Gomer XP file is the one that you're going to want to actually end up grabbing. So you press on this, you press download. Now I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it. But once you download this roster, you actually end up having to go to settings, you go to file management, you go to load, you go to rosters, and you end up pressing on the saved rosters that you got, and you actually end up pressing on it. Now the reason why it says road to the show XP grind Detroit is that you are going to be wanting to play on the Detroit Tigers. Now how you do that is whenever you're making a road to the show player, it'll ask, hey, do you have a specific team that you want to be on? Press on AL Central, so you want to be on the American League, press on the Central, and then press on the Detroit Tigers that you want to be on that team, and that's how you will end up being on the 99 overall team, and everyone else will be 1 overall, so they'll be really, really bad. So you can see that my ball player, he's not that good, 64 overall, but he's going to be grinding XP. As far as settings, what you guys want to have, and I'm going to try to make this video faster in a lot of my XP methods, because sometimes they drag out to like 12 or 15 minutes. I know you guys just want to know how to do it and get out of it. So basically what you're going to want to do as far as the settings part, you want to make sure presentation is going to be on fast play. And the reason you want to do that is so you don't get a lot of the animations. You're going to want to make sure that your gameplay, you want the pitching difficulty to be on legend. I know some people say Hall of Fame, but they're 1 overall, so it won't really matter. Put yourself on legend. It'll help an absolute ton. You don't really need to do any mode specific things, but that's about it. As far as your player goes, the one thing that you guys are going to want to end up doing is you're going to want to go to my ball player. You want to go to appearance. You're going to want to go to motions and sounds, animation, and you're going to want to do Darren O'Day. Now, he is a current player, and he is on pitching page 23, so that's going to be how you end up getting to him. But press on Darren O'Day. It's one of the fastest motions in the game. You can do any other sub guy, but I know that he goes really, really fast. And this is the one that I've always used when I'm grinding XP in this game. And it's kind of the best way to kind of just go through it. So press on Darren O'Day. Make sure that you save it by pressing finish. You do that by pressing start, and you press OK. And then other than that, you're just going to be pitching. You're going to get roughly 1,500 to 3,000 XP per game. And it's really simple. Now, if you end up putting yourself on the wrong team, like I did on this one, I believe, then your team is also going to be 1 overalls, which kind of stinks, but it doesn't really matter because they still make plays behind you at 1 overall, surprisingly. And you're going to be facing 1 overall hitters, so just kind of keep that in mind. The reason why everyone's averages are so good is because everyone in the league is a 1 overall. But one thing that I always do to make it even go faster is I put the pitching style on like I believe it's classic. Yeah, classic. And that way I can just kind of brainlessly do this. This is a really easy thing that you can actually end up doing. It's not a hard method at all. It's really easy. So if you want to watch baseball, if you want to watch YouTube, if you want to hang out, you can literally just put that on. And it's really simple because you're not going to have any, like, this isn't going to be like a hard method. You're not going to have to put any brain power towards this XP method. So you can do this when you're just chilling for a couple hours a night. Now, one thing I do want to make sure you guys know is there is I believe it's 40 or 50,000 XP cap. So you can only get like 40 to 50,000 XP. So you're probably going to be getting, if you do this for an hour and a half, you should be getting 40,000 XP-ish. Depends on kind of how long you go and how well you end up doing and how many strikeouts you end up getting. But if you end up doing this, you should probably be at your XP cap in an hour and a half. So if you do this in an hour and a half a night, then you're going to end up getting the program done in roughly like 4 days. You're going to get your first boss, and then like 6 days, by a week, you should have a lot of these cards. You can sell them and then buy them back and make a lot of stubs. It's one thing that I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up grinding the XP program, getting these cards, selling them, buying them back in like a couple of weeks. I won't wait too long because I'll probably want to play with those cards, but just kind of something to keep in mind that you can end up doing to make a lot of stubs is kind of just grinding the XP program and taking what MLB The Show gives you. Now, this is pretty much the XP method. You end up grinding Road to the Show. You go the whole game. Whenever they pull you, you just go to the next game. You can kind of just go through the XP over and over and over again. One thing that I do want to say that I forgot in my last XP video whenever I was talking about it is even if you're only getting like 1,500 to 2,000 XP per game, one of the really cool things about this is that you're going to be getting ball player program XP. So each time you end up going through your ball player program, that's why you want to make sure that whenever you're playing your Road to the Show character, you don't have one of your players be already maxed. Because if they're already maxed, you're going to want to press on a new archetype and make a new save, because you're not going to be getting the ball player XP that you end up getting. Whenever you get to 100, you get 5,000 XP towards your program, and it's like 3,000 at 50, I think, 75, and you should end up getting these periodically. So like once an hour, I'd say. So it'll add, if you're only getting like 1,800 XP a game, you end up finishing a game in like 6 minutes, you should be getting 30,000 XP. So it might not add up in your head, but once you add the XP from the ball player program, you actually end up getting a good amount of XP for this program. Now, boys, I hope that this video ended up helping you guys out. If it did, smash that like, smash that sub button. I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. For all of you guys going and starting school soon, good luck with that. I'll talk to you boys later, and peace.